and Simon was also a world kickboxing champion at one stage himself as well. But it's the friends you meet, and the people you knock around with, and the people you grow up with, and what a fringe to you in later life. Some of the experiences I've had have been absolutely fantastic. I've helped a lot more to do that with Miguel Ghetto and Shaver Mitchell and Amy and Fuller. Les Morales I took over after having for about 11 or 12 fights after he got beaten by Barry Michaels, who's probably one of the most underestimated fighters we've ever had in this country, I have to say. But it's a long history, and it's been a great life, and been some very funny experiences. Sam, by far, the most of them. Remember the time I was in hospital? I was just after an operation. I've got one of those horrible catheters in, and I made the mistake of telling Sam I was thirsty. So Sam said, "Oh, get your orange juice." He jumps up, leaps over to go to the door, and got his foot caught on the catheter. You can imagine that the pain was excruciating. The only person had was Leanne, because it gave me a couple of extra inches where I needed it. No, he certainly had some funny times together. And one day, it's like, we're getting ready to go out. I think it was in Japan. We're fighting the middleweight champion of Japan. We're ready to go out. The Japanese are so thorough. Everything's marked off on the glove, everything's crossed off, and they've got everything all set out. And he goes, "Hedgie." I said, "What, mate?" He said, "I need a pee." I said, "Oh, for Christ's sake, get gloves." I said, "You're not there, right? They're that particular about it." I said, "Mate," he said, "Oh, come on." He said, "That's all right, mate. Go in there, mate, to do the right thing there." Anyone that's a trainer here, you know what it's like, don't you? I've had to stand there and hold it while he's having a pee, right? But you know what he says? He says, "Don't forget to shave it." I can't believe it. Oh, what are you doing? These are the trials and tribulations of a trainer, oh man, Buchanan too, yes, thanks for that. Amanda Buchanan was another girl that I trained. She won a Commonwealth boxing title. She won a world title in kickboxing over in Japan, when it was in the old days, when it was tough. And once again, same thing, all gloved up. She goes, "Hey, I need to pee." But anyway, she didn't ask me to shave. So that was okay. But no, it's been some, I've met a lot of wonderful people over my career of boxing, and strangely enough, a dear friend of mine, Leslie Painter, over there, one of TV Ringside's top liners, many, many years ago. We were knocking around together. We shared a couple of girlfriends. I mean, but Les had this hot XR Falcon. You know what XR Falcon is? About 1967, 69 Falcon, like a GT done up. And we thought we were the best. It was me, Stretch Ants, Leslie. We used to all knock around together and go into nightclubs. In a lot of days, in those days, we used to walk into a nightclub. This is serious. I'm being sincere. You'd walk into a nightclub and they put the spotlight on you and they announced who you were. "Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look who we have in here." It was embarrassing, wasn't it? It was embarrassing, wasn't it? Standing there with people putting spotlights on. And I remember watching Grantley D playing the piano and things like that. They were good old days, terrific days. And then, of course, through boxing, I got to meet and did a lot of work with Bill Morley, who, in my opinion, is probably one of the greatest promoters that has ever been in Australia. Without doubt, one of the best promoters we'll ever have and ever would have had. There's a couple of funny stories there. My father and myself used to drive Walking Champions around. And I remember that we used to pick up Dennis Andre, Dave Kevin, Mora. What was Mora's last name? Michael Mora. All these big heavyweights. Azuma Nelson. All those people. And they all ended up coming back to my mum and dad's for a roast dinner at some stage or other. And absolutely loved it. They thought it was terrific. But it was a real experience travelling all over the world with those people. And I'll never forget, I remember when Azuma Nelson came out here to fight Jeff Fennick. I said to Les, I said, "Mate, we've just picked this little bloke up at the airport. He wanted to go straight to the gym." And he went straight to the gym and he did 9 of the most blistering 3-minute rounds I've ever seen on a heavy day. And I said, "My God, this bloke's going to kill Jeff." And we were very angry about the first fight. And as most people would know, if you watch the DVD, the risk of it, you would say that Jeff won the fight. But actually being there was a lot closer. And I happened to be 3 seats from the front. And Bill Morley come down and said to Don King, "What's he doing 3 seats from the front? I'm up in row 47. And Don King says, "He's my little Aussie mate." He said, "He stays where he is." And you wouldn't want to believe who I was sitting next to. I'm sitting next to Clint Eastwood. I was in the movie star section. I don't know how I got there, but it was fantastic. Clint Eastwood sitting next to me, Bill Crosby sitting down for me, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis. So, yeah, I've got to see and meet an awful lot of people. We looked after George Foreman. I don't know whether any of you remember the famous George Foreman when he came here to Australia. He did a tour all around Australia, brought here by Galaxy TV in those days, which is now Foxtel, I guess. Absolutely, it's Foxtel. And I remember saying to him, I said, "Butch, we've got a fundraising thing going on at the Underworld Gymnasium for kids for cancer." And I said, "There only be about 50 or 60 people there. You know, it'd be lovely if you could come down." So he says, "Don't tell the Suits," which is his management, basically. So I had to pick him up on the flight on about 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. We get down to the Underworld Gym and there was about 360 people. You know, and when he's seen all these beautiful little kids, all with cancer and some dying and some terminal, he says, "Send the driver back." He said, "I've got a couple of boxes in your room." He said, "Get him to bring them down." So they brought them down and he handed a t-shirt out to every kid and to every family. And some of you might remember there was a photo of him on the front page of Herald Sun, like that, a kid on each arm. You know? And he was a wonderful, wonderful man. He was such a pleasure to work with him, such a generous person with his time. He really fell in love with the kids. But look, you know, we've got to keep it reasonably short. It's been a, you know, it's gone from boxing to kickboxing, and Sam did it all. As I said, we took a fight everywhere we went. It was a AAA, anyone, anytime, anywhere. I was a great believer that a fight was a fight, no matter where you had it. And it basically gives you a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge in the ring. And I always said to Sam, I remember saying to him one day that when you stop enjoying it, stop doing it. So, you know, to everyone out here that's training and anyone that's ever fought before and you know, you're still doing it, fit or whatever, you know, that's the time to give up. When you stop enjoying it, you give it away. And there's been some wonderful, wonderful times. It's been very good to me boxing. And first time I've seen, I came up here one time and I walked in, there was nothing but family sitting around watching the kids train. And I thought, wow, this is a bit of a return to the old days. It's, you know, it's lovely to have the family and everyone involved in it. And I think that the reason we're here tonight is to support, you know, a great man, Mickey Canavan, who's passed on obviously, and this gym's basically been put together in his name, thanks to Steve, who want to memorise him and keep his name going through the boxing, because Steve, Dave, Craig, Tony, all had a lot to do with Mick. We were, myself and Les were always with Kevin Waterson and Snowy Thompson and Reg Johnson. We used to go down there and spar with O'Connor and all those guys in the old days, all on the TV news in the old days. And you know, Stretch Hansen was a great mate of ours, and unfortunately, you know, that ended in a bit of tragedy for poor old Trevor. But he got depression, and in those days, none of us knew what depression was, and so we didn't know how to treat. And consequently, he ended up murdering his wife's girlfriend, and then shot himself. And it sort of left a bit of a hole in things. But I've got to say that boxing's taken me all over the world, as well as kickboxing has. I've seen places and been in places that I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to be in. And it's meeting and mixing with people that have all got a bit of the same like. And we all like to see a good competition. We all like to see guys going at it fit, having a go at each other, and good sportsmanship. And you know, we've had some times, and you know, some of the, well, James Toney that just came out here. I mean, as far as I was concerned, that's a bit of a disgrace. Almost equal. Sorry? Still here, is he? Yeah. Well, you know, that was a disgrace, and so was the Danny Green and Paul Briggs fight, because I actually took Paul Briggs over to Japan for his first world kickboxing fight. And when he had come back and started to get back involved in boxing and stuff like that, he got a damaged eye, and he should never have been up there fighting. And I think it's a blemish on boxing. You know, just things at gyms like this, you know, resurrect the sport back to where it needs to be and stop bringing in these people that are injured and shouldn't be fighting. And so I didn't go for that particular reason. But I was remember once with James Tony Sam, you remember in the Chenka, and you were fighting Raymond Javel, and Robbie Peaton was in the crowd as well, and of course he said to James Tony that, well, that's our guy, and he pointed in the general direction of Raymond Javel. And so James Tony's over in our corner every time we broke for the round, and he's, you know, this and that, and actually I'm trying to, you know, talk to Sam, he's in the ear, so anyway, getting a bit upset with him, squirting with the water and throwing ice at him, and calling him a black so-and-so, and it nearly ended up a second punch on out in the thing. But, you know, it was quite a bit of a fun and games in those days, and there's been a lot of fun and games. Boxing's been absolutely fantastic to me. It's introduced me to a lot of very, very good people over the years, and you know, I'm too happy to give my support and anything I can do. You know, my dear friend Steve, who, you know, I actually trained for about 7 or 12 fights, I'm not too sure which. He won the Australian title with it again too, I think, if I remember rightly. Yes, no, I can't remember. Steve? Yeah, we did, yeah, cool. Are you going to eat Asian food more? No, but yeah, there's a lot of stories, but I'm sure I don't want to bore you all, but I'm happy to be here, and you know, feel very privileged to be up there talking to you all. Thank you very much.